So that is the significance of that story. And again, it shows you the important difference between the suttas and the later legend of the Buddha. So these stories then, it shows us, gives a very clear picture, I feel, about who the Buddha actually was, the person who was born 2,500 years ago onto this planet among us. And the picture that comes out is a person who was one of us, a person in many ways just like we are, with defilements and problems and sorrows and all these things. And yet at the same time he had something which not everybody has. He had very powerful spiritual faculties. He had the ability to do something which you won't be able to do unless you have these spiritual faculties. But of course the wonderful thing about the spiritual faculties is that these are not some kind of innate quality that a person either has or not has. These faculties are something we can develop. So in this particular case, it's not something unique that the Buddha has. It's rather something that we can also develop in exactly the same way that he developed those faculties. So in that sense, the Buddha becomes an example to us how we should also practice to achieve the same thing. So the Buddha is one of us. At the same time, he has these powerful spiritual powers and faculties, but we can also develop them. So then comes the next part of the story of the life of the Buddha, and this is what happens to him in this life. What is significant about the events in this last life of his? How do these spiritual faculties actually come out in practice so that they guide him, so to speak, in the right direction towards awakening and towards enlightenment?